Hi everybody, Ann Shoemaker here, and welcome to On the Road with Ann. Right now I'm in Sacramento and I'm down on the river on a platform, and you can see the Tower Bridge behind me. And why am I doing this video? Well, I wanted to share with you a project that has been on my mind and in my life for a while that I've really wanted to do, and it's morphed into different things. Some of you may know that I'm an educator. That's been my passion and my profession for, well, I think it's been about 40 years now. So between teaching in the classroom and then working with student teachers at a UC in California, Southern California, and a textbook company and another textbook company here recently, I've been training teachers and I love it. I also, as a result, have discovered just what I'd really like to be doing. And part of that is I want to travel and I want to show the stories of success. I want to highlight and let us all see the amazing things that are happening in schools and classrooms throughout the country, because they are. I mean, there's just some phenomenal things happening, and I want to bring that to you. So I've named it right now On the Road with Ann. As you can see, this is not a classroom. However, every place is a classroom. And some people would say, well, what else are you doing and want more information? And honestly, I have some of that information. I don't have all of it, and I will bring it to you when I know, and I will put it out on Facebook and YouTube. Right now, I want to demonstrate being in the process, because that's what learning is. Learning is really being in the process, trying something and making it a little bit better, changing the angle, doing this or that. I really got to see that when I actually worked on set a couple things as background when I was living down in LA. I just wanted to see what that was like and what the process was. And it was so interesting to me because they take one shot from so many different angles, and they may redo it 3 or 4 times. And it's not so much about getting it right as much as they know what they're looking for and they want to get that feel. They want that to come across. And in the classroom, we haven't always really been able to let kids be in the process, and it's really important. And one of the things that is changing, I know from working with a company where I've been training teachers for the last year throughout California on English language arts, it's about being in the process. And to me, it's so exciting because we need to be in the process. That's how we learn. I mean, yes, you'll have a product, and sometimes you like your product and sometimes you don't, and oh well, you move on and you make another product, or you realize, I really didn't like that anyway, so there you go. Instead of always being tied into, it always has to be right, has to be finished. The other person that I get this from as well is my daughter Elizabeth, who's an art teacher. And over Thanksgiving, I was with her and she was showing me the work that some of her students had done. She teaches high school art, and it was just amazing. And we started talking about, the process and where this kid was and how far they've come, and they've practiced this. And life is about being in the process. So is education. So what I want to leave you with in this short little snippet of introducing me and letting you know is, I want you to think about, what does success in education mean to you? For me, it is not all about test scores. What I'm looking for, and I've seen and I've been able to experience 2 times in my teaching career, and I'm going to acknowledge those 2 principals. And one is Phil Spears, who was in Rockland High School, and that was when I first went to high school from 5th grade, which is a little bit of a leap there, but it was awesome. And it was awesome primarily because of Phil. Phil was an amazing leader. He had a vision, he articulated that vision, and he got us all on board. So there's your leadership. That's the one leg I say is important about a successful school, what's working. The other is teamwork. And we really did work as a team. I mean, there were like 75 people at this high school. And I'd have to say 95 to 100% were on board. And it was amazing. And then there's accountability. In the world of education, we keep thinking accountability is all about test scores. And for me, that's just one piece. Accountability is something that you also teach your teamwork, your teammates, your collaborators to be able to hold each other accountable, not let it get to that escalated confrontational phase, And you teach kids how do they keep themselves accountable. And then, the other piece for me is that, excuse me, when I look at education, it is not just about the staff, and I include anyone who works on that campus. I don't care if they're in the cafeteria, they're an office admin, they're a teacher, they're yard duty, excuse me. We're all important. We all make it happen. And so the vision is around showing what's working. And I want to hear from people, like, what is your definition of success? What do you think makes a successful school? Or successful education? Because what I want to bring are the stories of transformation, because there's some cool stuff happening across the country. And schools aren't being reformed. I don't like the word reformed. I always think of reform school and somebody's been bad and hauled off to reform school. That's not what I want to get across. I want to talk about transformation, educational transformation, and going in and working with schools and showing what they're doing to create that sustainability. Because if you haven't noticed, lots going on in education. And I thought about this as I was walking over. A lot of us want to say, well, it's the education of secretary. Or secretary of education, excuse me. See, not perfect. And yeah, that's one piece of it. But like everything, it starts in your community. So my little tip for you is, if you don't really know what's going on, and please don't tell me it's because I don't have kids, because we see kids everywhere. They're in the grocery store, they're in store. They're part of our future. We hear that and we kind of shrug it off, but it is the truth. So my little homework assignment for you is go to a school board meeting, sit through the whole thing, hear what's going on, get involved, because you really do have a voice. That's parents, it's everybody. So in transforming an education system, it's going to take all of us. And it's going to take us looking at what's working, not what's not working. I want to show you what is working. Let's focus on what is happening, what is really coming up, because it is the dedication and the passion of those people in those schools and those parents, and just how they all come together. So again, Ann Shoemaker, On the Road with Ann. I've just changed my page next to Facebook, and it's called On the Road with Ann. I just changed the title, and going to upload some things and do things over the next week or so. And I'm also will be coming back and letting you know some of the people that I want to work with. There's some amazing people out there that I feel like could really help us bring this, whether it's a television show, it's a documentary, who knows? I'm open. Have a great evening. Look forward to your comments. Take care.